Hello everyone, welcome back to When Saturdays Come with me, Drive Right. As you've already probably know in the media, if you haven't already seen it, Chris Wilder is back in charge of Sheffield United for the third time of asking. So welcome back, Chris Wilder. We look forward to a new change and get us back up the league table as soon as possible, starting on Saturday against Charlton Athletic. The board did really release a mini statement on the club website, if you hadn't already seen it, saying, I just paraphrased basically just to say that due to the recent performances and taking into account the fans' feelings and our current league position, they have had to terminate Ruben Selles' contract with Sheffield United, and rightly so. I mean, because we couldn't carry on like we have been doing. If the board had come out and said we were going to stick with him, by Christmas we'd have been relegated under Ruben Selles and put the club back 10 years. I did say that in the previous video, that we cannot carry on doing this to our football club. It just does not work. It wasn't working. No plan, no structure to the football. I don't know what is in Ruben's head. Clearly it wasn't getting across to the players in any form or way. The body language said it all. The performances said it all. Everything about the appointment was wrong. I was prepared to give him 10 games. I really was. I wanted to see some improvement, some green shoots, to see where we're going. I wouldn't have minded if we'd won a couple of games and we lost a couple or whatever, as long as I could see that we were improving under him. But we had nothing, did we? Right through. He had a pre-season. He had an international break. We had the transfer window. He had every opportunity to turn this club round or turn the performances round. But nothing's improved. He put the pre-season to one side anyway, just because the fitness reasons anyway, and try and get this system that he wanted to play into the players and get them ready for the championship. Obviously, other clubs have their own ideas about where he plays. They're not daft. I said before, they have their own way of playing, these championship clubs. They're tough nuts to crack. It's hard to win football games in championship. And so it proved. And Ruben, unfortunately, was way out of his depth and he had to go, and we wish him well in the future, which having know he goes down, I don't know. But he's certainly not ready for the championship football at this conjuncture. On to Chris. Really important. At this moment in time, I think Chris is the right manager to come in and stabilise the club. Add some experience. Get some confidence back into the players and start winning games of football. And that'll help them with the confidence. It can help with the league position. It can put us fans in a better place instead of losing every week and being downtrodden, because that's where we are. The fans who made all the trip to Ipswich, who follow the club all the way around the country, they deserve better, a lot better than they did on Friday night at Ipswich Town. So, we will see what happens. I know there are other things in the background. The club might want to appoint a director of football. I think that would be a good idea. And I also think what would be a really good idea is to look beyond Chris Wilder as well. Get somebody, a new young manager, maybe an ex-player coming in, learning the ropes, learning under Chris Wilder in probably a coaching capacity, and have a continuity, and not keep appointing ad hoc replacements like Ruben Selles, because I don't know what is. I've seen his qualifications for Sheffield United. They're not acceptable to be a manager. I know they wanted to go down this AI route and analytic route. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that as using it as a tool to find players and to run a football club. I ain't got a problem with it. It's getting the right manager in to manage it, which we haven't got. Now, a director of football might have that sort of quality to help Chris if he's not. I know he accepts this type of moving on and the analytic point of view and all the rest of it. Whether Chris has a problem with it or not, I don't think he has, but he's old school Chris. He likes to do things his way as well, so he's got to enhance that as well. in his managerial career moving forward. But I would say, like I just said, if we can get somebody, I'm going to use an example of, say, off the top of my head, Billy Sharp as an example, or Phil Jagielka or somebody like that ilk. I'm not saying that is the answer, by the way. I'm just using it as an example for to come in, learn the ropes about managerial work and all the rest of it. They've got experience of playing at Sheffield United. They know the club inside out. And to somebody of, like a safe transition, when Chris decides to leave or whatever, so we can move forward and just, we have the right people in charge who understand the club, who understand the fans and how the club is run. And I don't think the American owners get that yet. I know they understand, we're in an industrial city and then how it works and the steel works and our background. But, I'm not sure whether they've got it yet. I don't or understand it or whatever made them decide to employ Ruben Selles. I don't know whether they took any advice on that. I haven't got a clue. But clearly they got it wrong big time, didn't they? So I'd like them to come out. I'm not holding my breath. I don't think they will and explain all this to us. But, they can run the club how they want. It's their club, isn't it? But one thing's for certain, if it don't go right, you know what's going to happen. Fans like me and everybody else will be on the back. And I made my feelings well clear on Friday. I'm blooming well angry on Friday night after the Ipswich result. And said they've listened, not necessarily to me, but listened to the fans and all the rest of it, the travelling supporters. And they made the right decision to release him. So we've got to wipe the slate clean, blank sheet of paper, get Chris in charge now. And give him the tools that he requires to move the club up that table ASAP and calm everybody down and take it one step at a time. It's a long season. There's 40 games to go yet. Anything can happen. It will happen. And I'm sure we'll be there or thereabouts if we can get this right. We've got a transfer window in January as well to look forward to. So I'm sure if Chris don't want certain players in the club now, he can shift them out. Or send people back to the parent clubs or whatever if they're allowed to do that, and we can bring in anybody who we might feel suitable to make the squad stronger. We have got a half decent squad. It just needs somebody to manage them now and get a proper system playing to the strengths, get some confidence back, and I'm sure we'll be fine. So I think the best thing for us fans to do now is show the players how much we really were behind them. Give them that confidence, give them that support, give Chris his support, and if Alan Hill comes with him as well, and the backroom staff, give them 100% like we always do. We've given people a chance. Chris knows what this club, he knows what is required, and I'm sure he will do that. So let's rock up on Saturday. Get behind the team 100%. Let's get this first win on the belt, under our belt against Charlton. Get some confidence back into everybody, and we can move on and get up that league table as soon as possible. I think the board have got a lot to answer for. They'll not come out and say anything, as far as I know. They haven't from the outset, so I've no reason to suspect that they'll do it, no matter how many times you ask them, unless it's on their terms anyway. So that's the way it is. But anyway, that's it. That's the great news. Chris Wilder's back. Just one thing, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. I know he's Marmite. I know he'll have his critics. But for now, I think Chris is the right man for the job. So make sure that we all get behind him and let's get up that league table as soon as we can. But again, thanks to everybody for watching. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a busy few days for everybody, who do these channels. We've had to keep our ears to the ground and listen and watch and wait and see. I've made numerous phone calls to find out what's been happening. I've been told to wait and hang on and be patient and it's not going to happen overnight and this, that, and other, which it hasn't. And the announcements will come in due course, and they have. So we'll wait and see if any more news comes out in the next few days. They may or may not do. You never know with this club and our roller coaster ride. Anything can happen. It normally does. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe as always, and we'll keep the channel moving forward. Hit that hype button if you can find it, I would say. Please, thanks for watching. All the blades, and I'll speak to you in the week.